Students, we are discussing chapter 11, that is your network example and protocols. That is your network example and protocols. So still we are discussing mobile networking. So till now we have completed up to third generation, and now we are going to discuss the fourth generation. So fourth generation was introduced in the year 2007. So this fourth generation is at the research stage only. So what actually it was going to happen means, here it is mainly based on ad hoc networking. What do you mean by ad hoc? It is mainly based upon ad hoc networking model. Ad hoc networking model. What do you mean by ad hoc? Ad hoc means here there is no need for fixed infrastructure. So no need for fixed infrastructure. What do you mean by this one? So 4G, here no need for fixed infrastructure. What do you mean by this one? Yes, here it is each and every network will be having different configuration. So while the signals are sent for you people, automatically the signal will be changed according to the network that is available there, according to the infrastructure that is available there. That is, for example, just you people consider you are moving to some other places, you will be able to suit according to that. For example, you have already trained in summer situation, but now you people are moving to the winter situation, means what you people will be doing? Yes, according to that situation you people will change yourself. Yes, that is the case with this 4G also. With this 4G also, since this required global mobility, you will be able to make calls throughout the global. So each and every area they will be using different infrastructure. So your network will be able to adhere, it will be able to adjust for each and every infrastructure it is going to face. So here it is going to use IPv6 network. It is going to use IPv6 network to support an IP address for each mobile device. It is going to use IPv6 network. Okay, wow. Similarly, the data transfer, everything is higher. So in this case, you people are able to have higher data rates. You are going to have, or you are having higher data rates. So here it is going to have higher data rates. So it ranges from 2 megabits per second to 10 to 100 megabit per second. 10 to 100 megabit per second. In which case, in the fourth generation, here it offer reduced delay. Here you are going to have reduced delay. It is going to have reduced delay, and it provides new services for you people. Similarly, it provides newly services. Many services are available for you people. So in the fourth generation, you are going to have higher data rates. That is, its range from 2 megabit per second to 10 to 100 megabit per second. The next, you are going to have reduced delay, and you are going to have many new services. Here you are going to have many new services. Similarly, here you are going to have enhanced intelligence. What it is going to have enhanced intelligence? Yes, to self-configure in ad hoc networks. Just now I told you, when it is going to cross different network, automatically it will be able to suit or change according to that network. So that is with your fourth generation. That is with your fourth generation. Next we are going to discuss the fifth generation. Next we are going to discuss the fifth generation. Yes, it was introduced in the year, yes, it is 2019 plus. That is, still it is developing for you people. (2019 plus), it is your 5G. Yes, so this is the stage that it succeeds the 4G, 3G and 2G. So 5G is the stage that succeeds the 4G, 3G and 2G. Here the 5G mainly targets at what? Here it will be having some aims or some goals it will be having, no? So it is going to target the performance at high data rate. The first one is performance at high data rate. At high data rate. So it is the first target, okay va? Data rate. And the second one, it provide reduced latency. Reduced latency. And the next one, energy saving. And the next one, energy saving. And the next one, cost reduction. The next one, cost reduction. And the next one, higher system capacity. Higher system capacity. And next one, yes, massive device connectivity. Device connectivity. So these are the targets that are in fifth generation. So these are the targets. So the first one, it's your performance and high data rate. The next one, reduced latency, energy saving, cost reduction, higher system. The next one, it is your capacity and massive device connectivity. So these are the targets in the fifth generation. So this fifth generation is going to have two phases. It is available at two phases for you people. So the first phase is release 15. It is going to be at two phases. Okay, wow. The first one, it is release 15. Release 15 and it is complete by March 2019. March 19. And the next one is release 16. Two phase I told you, no. The first one is release 15 and the next one is release 16 and it is expected to completed by March 2020. Release 15 is completed at the year March 19 and the release 16 is expected to be at March 2020. So here it must be submitted for the standard recognition, no? So it has to be submitted at ITU. ITU, that is nothing but International Telecommunication Union. International Telecommunication Union. Yes, Telecommunication Union as a candidate. Okay, so these technologies must be getting proper approval. Everything it must to get, and it is going to provide speed up to 20 gigabits per second. Speed 20 gigabits per second. The speed is expected up to 20 gigabits per second. Okay, wow. Similarly, you are going to have the lower frequencies at 600 megahertz to 6 gigahertz. Lower speed in 600 megahertz to 6 gigahertz. So these are the features and the targets that are in the fifth generation for you people. So we have discussed mobile networking. Under that we have discussed the 5 generations. That is, your first generation is nothing but it is going to have NMT launch. What do you mean by NMT? That is your Nordic mobile telephone communication, introduced in the year 1981. Next we discussed the second generation in the year 1991, that is GSM. What is GSM for you? Yes, it is your global system for mobile communication. The next, it is your second to third generation bridge. Here they introduced GPRS. GPRS is General Packet Radio Service. Here they introduced another one concept, that is your EDGE. EDGE is Enhanced Data Rates for Mobile Evolution. Next we discussed the third generation. It is in UK, that is during the year 2003. So in that third generation only, many standards are available there for you. Many standards are available. Next, you people are having the fourth generation. Next, you are having the fifth generation. So in the fifth generation, many targets are there for you people. And here the release under two phases, that is release 15 and the release 16. So here they are targeting for the speed 20 gigabits per second. So here the lower frequency is itself from 600 megahertz to 6 gigahertz. So clear with the topic, so clear with the generation. So by this we are completing the mobile networking generations. Next we are going to discuss the next protocol, that is your WLANs. Next we are going to discuss WLANs 802.1111. Sorry, .11. Okay, wow. So here we are going to have the concept of Wi-Fi. Here we are going to have the concept of Wi-Fi. Yes, Wi-Fi stands for? Yes, it is your wireless fidelity. So Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. So what this wireless technology is going to do for you people? Yes, it is going to permit the computer and the devices to be connected by means of what? Yes, by means of what? By means of by means of some signals, or alternately we can tell it is going to connect the computers and other devices without wires and cables. So it allows computers and other devices to be connected without cables or wires. Yes, that is your Wi-Fi. Similarly here it is going to have wireless local area network, that is nothing but wireless local area network and 802.11. that is, it is your technical code. What is 802.11 is? It is nothing but it is your technical code for the protocol they are going to use. So few protocols we have discussed. First, the most popular or familiar one is TCP/IP. So similarly, during the generations, while we are discussing under the third generation, we have discussed one protocol. Similarly, this is 802.11 is nothing but it is a technical code for the protocol. It is a technical code for the protocol. So this is your WLANs 802.11. that is your wireless local area network. It is your wireless local area network. So network, already you people know, it is a connection of many computers together will form a network for you people. So wireless, so each and every computers are connected without cables, or it is not going to have any wires. Then by means of which they are going to be connected? Yes, by means of some signals they are going to be connected with each and every one. Yes, now we are going to see some of the benefits of Wi-Fi. We are going to see some of the benefits of Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi expansion is wireless fidelity. Okay, wow. Yes, we are going to see the advantages or the benefits. Yes, first advantage is provides mobility. It provides mobility. What do you mean by mobility? What do you mean by mobile first of all? Yes, it is moving from one to another, that is your mobile. So it provides mobility. Yes, by means of which you people will be having? Yes, when you people are in your home, there also you are having your internet connection. Similarly, at your office area, there also you are having your network connection. How you people are having? Yes, by means of the Wi-Fi, that is your by means of hotspot, you people are able to use the internet connection both at your home and at your work area. Yes, by means of this hotspot concept, that is Wi-Fi, you people are able to have your internet connection by means of wireless at your home and at your work. Okay, wow? Yes, that is your first advantage. Yes, the next advantage is it provides connection to the internet. It is going to give connection to internet. So why you people are to be connected at the internet? Yes, to get the needed information or to access what else you people are willing to get. Globally, you people has to be connected to the internet. And the next one, it is your flexibility of LAN. The next advantage is flexibility of LAN. What do you mean by flexibility of LAN? So LAN is nothing but it is your local area network. So it is limited to a local. So here by means of this Wi-Fi concept, your local is somewhat expanded. Somewhat it is expanded for you people. It is more flexible. And the next one, it is your ensures connectivity. Ensures connectivity. What do you mean by this one? Yes, surely it is going to give connection for you. So there is no failure in connection. You are going to have the connection. And the next one, you people will be having, it allows places that are remote to the benefit from connectivity. So here you people will be having connectivity at all area. I will be having the connection at all area. And the next one, it is your low cost. And next it is your high benefits. High benefits. So these are the advantages that you people are having under Wi-Fi. The first one, it provides mobility, and the next one, it provides connection to internet. The next one, it is flexibility of LAN, and the next one, it is ensures connectivity. The next one, it allows places that are remote to benefit from connectivity. The next one, it is your low cost, and the next it is your high benefits. The next it is your high benefits. So these are the points that you will be having under advantages or benefits of Wi-Fi. So by now we have discussed WLANs 802.11. So WLAN is nothing but it is going to give the concept of wireless fidelity for you. It is going to give the concept of wireless fidelity for you. So by discussing the Wi-Fi itself, we can have another one concept, that is your Li-Fi. That is your Li-Fi. That is Li-Fi. So what it is for you people? Li-Fi. What it is for you people? It is also a wireless technology for you. It is also a wireless technology for you people. Li-Fi is nothing but light fidelity. So wireless is nothing, so Wi-Fi is nothing but wireless fidelity, and Li-Fi is nothing but light fidelity. So here it is going to use light emitting diodes. It uses light emitting diodes, that is it is going to use LEDs. It is going to use LEDs for data transmission. For Li-Fi is going to use LEDs for your data transmission, while Wi-Fi are using radio frequencies. They are using radio frequency for the purpose of data transmission. For data transmission. Yes, Wi-Fi, they are using radio frequency. Here they are using light emitting diodes for the purpose of data transmission. So it was first used by a professor, that is Harald Haas. Yes, this is the person who introduced this Li-Fi concept. Li-Fi concept at Edinburgh University. Here they achieved the speed up to, speed is 224 gigabits per second. The speed they reached is 224 gigabits per second. Similarly, the research is going on for you. So we have discussed a new term, that is your Li-Fi. It is nothing but light fidelity. Here they are using LEDs for the purpose of data transmission. So the person introduced was Harald Haas. He is a professor in Edinburgh University. So they achieved the speed of 224 gigabits per second. So under Wi-Fi, it is your wireless fidelity, and they are using radio frequencies for the purpose of for the purpose of transmission of data. So transmission of data. So clear with the concept. Similarly, we have discussed the advantages of Wi-Fi. So today we have finished discussing what else? Yes, we have completed the mobile networking generations. Similarly, we have finished WLANs 802.11. In that, we have discussed the wireless fidelity. Next, we have finished the benefits of Wi-Fi. Similarly, we introduced a new term, that is your Li-Fi. Li-Fi is nothing but light fidelity. Here they are going to use LEDs. So clear with the concepts. What else we have discussed by today? Yes, remaining we can continue in the next class. Yes, thank you students.